All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, guys. Happy Monday, everyone. Gold to all-time highs. Gold in the crazy rip here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Happy Monday, guys. Look at this. Look at this run here on gold in Asia. Absolutely crazy push. The gold up about 850 ticks, which is insane. Absolutely crazy push. 850 ticks in an Asian session is insane. Absolutely insane. Audio video good. Awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. To any guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I have been trading for the past 7 years and mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. So gold is had a crazy push. I believe silver has also had a very big push. Where's silver in Asia? Yeah, look at this. Silver in Asia as well, up massively. Look at this, up 3%. Absolutely crazy. Well, yeah, I know. It's funny because I was actually thinking the same, to be honest, man. I was very confident you'd see all-time highs today, if not early this week. It's kind of what we were speaking about all of last week. You know, as long as gold holds above that 43.50 level, which is exactly what we've been speaking about. Where's the target from there? 4,050, 1,000 tick range. So I did have a swing position on this. My runners did get hit at break even though. I did take out a decent amount of the markets, but my runners did get hit at break even on this push. But yeah, that was the run that we were talking about all last week. We were talking about gold to come up into Friday's highs and then to come make a run for all-time highs. We didn't quite do it last week, but we have done it first thing here. Market open on Monday in the Asian session, which is absolutely huge. Now, let's just have a look to see if we have any news. See what we got for the week. So gold rose to an all-time high on heightened geopolitical tensions and gold expectations. Federal Reserve rate cuts. Silver also climbed to a record, and platinum advanced for an 8th straight session. Crazy. Let me see here. So traders are betting the Fed will cut interest rates twice in 2026 after a slow economic data release last week. So that's why you got gold having that. That's why you got gold having that crazy push. Now, obviously, guys, this week we have a lot of holidays. Of course, it is Christmas week. Today, there's no news on the cards today at all. Tomorrow, we do have GDP for the US dollar, and then obviously Wednesday, Christmas Eve, Thursday, Christmas Day, and then Friday, Boxing Day. So we have a lot of holidays coming up this week, guys. So, you know, like I said last week, don't try and go too crazy this week. It's a big holiday week. PC was delayed until Tuesday. Oh, really? I didn't see that, man. Nice, cool. So Tuesday you could get some decent moves. You may even, I mean, you've already seen some very decent moves here today on gold already. Gold's on a incredible push. Look at this daily candle. It's almost as if this whole entire day has already played out here on gold. The daily's already up 850 ticks, but we're literally just starting the day. It's crazy. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, man. How long have you been stuffed out of business? Just kidding. Let me join Dakota for a slow markets Asia gold session. Good morning, man. Probably when I get back to Australia, I would like to join. Right now, if I was to join Dakota for an Asian stream, it would be at like 2 a.m. my time, which unfortunately I just couldn't stay up for. But when I get back to Australia, yeah, we can definitely see if we can do some Asia streams together. Absolutely. Are we going to 5K? Man, doesn't seem too crazy right now. Do I think we'll see 5K anytime soon? Probably not. But could we see gold at 5K eventually? I mean, maybe. It would all depend on how the how the fundamentals go to see such a move on gold. But yeah, this is a pretty phenomenal move on gold today, guys. Good morning, Corey. Good morning, man. So, what do you do when gold's at all-time highs? Well, it's pretty much what we said about silver as well. Whenever you're peaking all-time highs, you don't try and trade all-time highs. You don't want to buy all-time highs. You don't want to sell all-time highs. Of course, you don't want to sell it. A lot of people will try and sell it. To me, that's just borderline gambling. You know, if gold's peaking all-time highs, all we need to do is wait for price to pull back, find some support, and continue buying. This isn't the first time we've traded all-time highs. We've been trading all-time highs for pretty much majority of this year on gold, and we've had amazing trades. So the whole entire time trading all-time highs, we wait for all-time highs to be formed, we pull back, and then we continue buying. Form all-time highs, pull back, continue buying. Pull back, continue buying. So at any opportunity for a pullback, we look for our reversal patterns on the lower time frame, the morning stars, the fake outs, the liquidity grabs, and then we look for continued buying. Now, with all-time highs, you do get a lot of people who see these pullbacks off all-time highs, and then all of a sudden they go straight to thinking, this is going to be the reversal. Gold's going to now have a huge sell-off, and this is going to be the top. And then guess what? You just keep going higher and higher and higher. They go, same thing again. Oh, no, this is it. This is finally the time that gold's going to have this big drop. Pulls back, continues going higher. Again, again, and again. So when you see these pullbacks on gold at all-time highs, as long as nothing has changed fundamentally, they're great buying opportunities. And that is how we've pretty much traded gold for majority of this year. We've been peaking all-time highs for a majority of this year on gold, and it has been an absolutely incredible year to be a gold trader. So we're very likely we will do the exact same thing. So when you peak all-time highs, it's not our job to want to try and chase all-time highs or buy or sell all-time highs. Simply want to wait for price to pull back and continue buying. Now, it does require patience, but ideally, for you guys who trade at Asia, you'd already be buying this up. You had many of opportunities to buy gold in Asia today into all-time highs. It was a huge push. And are you making any trades in this session? If I knew that, I would be a very rich man. If I knew that, I would... if I was going to get a trade or not, I would be able to see into the future. And unfortunately, I cannot see into the future. But it's not what trend am I looking for? What is the trend in the markets? Are we bullish or bearish? Gold's just hit all-time highs, so I would say we're very bullish. Yeah, we'll look at NQ. Gold's going to need a lot of patience today, guys. Like I say, gold's up, I think, from these lows, 850 ticks. So what is gold going to do after an 850 tick move? It's going to create a lot of space, especially at all-time highs. Maybe in New York you may get some gold trades. But gold in London, yeah, I would be very careful. So yeah, we can have a look at NASDAQ. We'll have a look at some other markets. The yen, yep, we can have a look at the yen. Definitely haven't looked at the yen in a while. So NQ continued pushing up on Friday. And you guys who were here on Friday, we spoke about NASDAQ to continue pushing up. We had these liquidity highs. You also had a trend line coming down like this. If people who try and trade trend lines, this is basically exactly where we trade the opposite. People trying to short trend lines, risk off the highs. So your job is to buy up into the trend lines, buying up into where most people are trying to sell. Let me see here. So let's have a look at this. Let's get rid of these levels here. Let's do some, because this is going to be a big rejection on the weekly time frame. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. So look at that. Huge rejection on NQ right off that 25,000 level, which, like we said, 25,000 is massive high time frame support. So for any of you guys who swing trade, swing trade in NASDAQ of 25,000 was an absolutely huge buy. Huge buy. Look at that, up almost 700 points, which is absolutely insane. So beautiful weekly rejection, closing back above 25,000, 25,250, 25,500, and you're very likely to continue pushing higher. Now, only thing with let me just skip this along here. Where are we? Only thing with NASDAQ right now is you've had a bit of a gap up here in an instant top wick. So there's not much of a bottom wick here on this weekly open. Now, does that mean you all of a sudden want to sell it just because there's not much of a bottom wick? Well, not really, because we're still very bullish. But could NASDAQ potentially come down to fill in that gap and retest the current weekly open, which is also that Asia low? Yeah, it's very, very possible. You know, you're coming into 25,750, huge previous support, broke below, broke right back above, nice fake out support, broke higher, potential resistance. So I would be seeing if NASDAQ can find some resistance to come down and test some of these lows down here. What up, Ballard? What up, man? See if you can, see if you can find some resistance. If you start to break down, you could see some shorts on NQ. With gold being as bullish as it is, if NQ does shape up, I will take it because I'm just trading combines here today. Thoughts if London session will take over the gap? Let's see. Let's not think. Let's see. Let's see. If we start breaking out, cool. We can see if we can short it. You break back below, short it. The only thing is with shorting NQ right now is, remember, look how bullish we are on the weekly time frame. Very bullish. So if you do want to short NQ, for me personally, I mean, I'm trading combine anyway, but I would be doing this at half risk or combine, because we have been so bullish. And yeah, obviously for gold, yeah, I'm very likely not going to trade gold today, guys. There's nothing to take at all-time highs. Nothing to take at all-time highs with an 850 tick push up. You know, we were talking about buying gold into all-time highs all last week. Now gold's at 44.50. That's not the area where I want to start trading gold. So we can look at NASDAQ, we can look at other markets. We can have a look at the yen someone asked for as well. Absolutely. If you're trading Asia, where do you believe you would have gotten any hourly breakout on gold? Because look at the weekly closure on gold. It was very bullish, rejecting near all-time highs without grabbing all-time highs. What's that? That's a trap to bring in sellers. Sellers try and short this, risk off all-time highs, so you're buying up into it at literally any opportunity. So either a 30-minute breakout, hourly breakout, doesn't really matter too much. I mean, as soon as you start breaking this resistance, you got easy targets into here. Whether you would have held it up into all-time highs, I don't know. But even at this breakout from here to here, 200 ticks in Asia, man, I would take that right there. Even if I didn't hold it to all-time highs. Taking this break from here to here, 200 ticks, man, one contract's $2,000 trade right there. Or on the hourly, what was there on the hourly? Here, hourly broke above, even if you bought it here, in this one hourly candle, you know, again, 200 ticks. So many opportunities to have bought this. I think that was probably the nicest there at 1 a.m. London time, 2 a.m. my time. It's a very nice push. Do I trade NY? Yeah, I trade New York as well. Yeah, definitely. Trade London and New York. I trade gold just depending on where it's at, to be honest. Like right now, if I wasn't on with you guys, obviously we're here, so I'm still happy to jump on. But if I wasn't trading with you guys, yeah, I wouldn't even be trading London right now. Gold's up 850 ticks. I would just be trading New York. So just because you trade London and you trade New York doesn't mean you need to be sat there for, you know, 10 plus hours a day. With gold, it's very easy to look at the high time frame and know when to be looking for a trade and know when to be walking away. Right now is the time to look at this, up this much. Final trading week of the year. Cool. Goodbye, Goldie. Gold is on a crazy rip. But we'll watch NASDAQ for potential shorts. Do a little forward test on NASDAQ. See if anything presents itself. Oh yeah, let me have a look at the yen. Someone to look at the yen. Let's have a look. So with gold going higher, the yen is selling off still. Yen's been selling off for a long time. Crazy long time. Yen's at some huge lows. So, I mean, high time frame bias in the yen is, I guess, just continue selling. Just continue looking for sell opportunities. You are pretty low right now. You know, you've had this huge, massive sell-off. Little bit of a range. it's not, again, I think there's way nicer opportunities out there than the yen, but all you would really say is just continue looking for shorts. Is it a market where I look at this and I go, there's nice opportunities? No, I don't see anything nice here on the yen. But very simply, you're breaking out to the downside. You've been breaking out to the downside for a long time. You've already had this huge sell-off last week. So, do you want to get trapped down here on a Monday morning after last week's huge sell-off? Not really. I think there's way nicer opportunities in the yen, personally. Yeah, let's have a look. So this was the analysis on Bitcoin from last week. Again, this is our trend line coming down, saying most people will be trying to short this, risking off these highs here. Well, you did come and grab these first highs, so we have tagged that first liquidity level, which is very nice. So any early sellers have just been squeezed out from the first up. Now, could you maybe come up and tag the highs from the 17th, which was last Wednesday? Yeah, possibly. Let's have a look. Had that weekly close. So weekly is in a big range, 95 to 85. Bounced off 95, bounced off 85. Still trading below 90. Daily time frame here. I mean, look at this. You're a big resistance. Again, this daily looks awful. I'll be honest. It looks absolutely terrible. There was nice longs, last week buying off 85, buying below these liquidity levels. But look where you're at right now. You're back at the resistance. So unless you start closing back bearish, you can maybe play a bit of the range. But this daily time frame looks pretty poor. Look at this hourly price action. Looks even worse. Look at these huge big spikes. Huge spike down, huge spike up. You sell off, you break back above. You wick out highs, you wick out lows. Very wicky. So the only real levels I have on Bitcoin right now is these highs up here. If you start breaking back below, then maybe you can come and target some of this here as well. But it looks pretty choppy. Very choppy. Let's have a look. Is Swiss franc a buy? Let's have a look. Is Swiss franc a buy? Let me just see. We got 8 minutes till this hour. He's going to close. Potential evening star shaping up on NQ. Is Swiss franc a buy? Let me see. Let's have a look. Where's it? I've never looked at Swiss franc in a long time. Depends on what time frame you're looking at. This huge breakout, massive range for pretty much the whole entire year. The whole entire year you've been in a range since April all the way through to December. Weekly time frame resistance support. I don't know. I don't know trades this market. Look at this. This is. I don't know how anyone even trades this. Look at this. This is why I don't trade currencies anymore. This is crazy. Look at this daily price action. If ever I see daily price action like this, I'm like, yeah, I'm literally not trading that market. You had a breakout on the 10th, and since the 10th, you've gone absolutely nowhere. Now, I would say it does follow the same principles of liquidating highs. So you kind of have come down, you've grabbed the lows of the range. If it follows the same principles as gold, which I'm assuming it probably does pretty similar, I would say longs. Now, do I think it's going to be a trade that's just going to push out of nowhere? Again, I don't know. I don't know how Swiss franc moves, but by looking at this high time frame, it doesn't look likely. So if I was trading Swiss franc, it would be swing trade. You'd be already buying from like somewhere down here. Seeing if you can come up and target them highs. Maybe trap out some early sellers, kind of like you did here. Maybe you get some people buying here, risking off these lows. You come down, you stop out any early buys, you break back above. So maybe now it's time to do the same. You tag the lows of the range, you break back above, confirming the false move. So now it's maybe time to come and target the highs. So overall, I would say longs, but remember the daily is incredibly choppy on Christmas week, which is no real surprise. So we got London Open in about 7 minutes as well here, guys. London Open in 7 minutes. But yeah, same as most of last week, guys. I've stopped trading XFAs for the year. We'll go back to the XFAs into 2026. But right now we're trading here for Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll be back. We'll be back next week as well. Let's have a look here. I'll be keen to see if NQ can wick back below. If NQ closes above, you could also continue squeezing high. Remember, NQ is still very, very, very bullish. You don't want to start selling it just because you think this cap's going to get filled. Right now, we're breaking out, pulling back, breaking out, pulling back, breaking out. So this intraday structure hasn't changed. And it's been like I said to you guys last week, you know, if you've had a good year this year, don't try and don't end 2025 off bad, or don't go into 26 on a bad note by trying to force trades, you know, on the last couple of trading days of the year. You know, go into 2026 strong with a good win and a good mindset. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, it's very, very, very strong. I think he's very, very, very bullish. 25.8. Yeah, I don't have 25.8, but I got the 750, which looks nice. Yeah, all of that. I think you'll see. I think you'll see NQ go much higher this week. You'll either go much higher this week or NQ, or you probably won't actually do that much with all the bank holidays. We do have a lot of bank holidays. Tuesday will be a pretty active day. Look at Tuesday. You have a lot of news coming on Tuesday. You have consumer confidence, core PCE price index. So Tuesday is going to be a very, very active day. Tuesday you'll probably see some good moves. But today, not very much. You have UK GDP, and that's pretty much it. Is there a difference between a fake out and a breakout? B, how the next 30-minute and hourly candle closes. If it keeps going in the same direction, then it's a breakout versus in a fake out. Well, you can still have fake outs in the same direction. Fake outs can still be great continuation trades. Kind of like here on NASDAQ right now. Let's show for gold, for example. Gold could give a great fake out continuation play. I mean, here's one right here. You break out, you break straight back below, and then you break right back above. Well, there's your fake out right there. See? You broke below and it broke right back above. So you can have the fake outs for continuation trades as well. Absolutely. Which we could kind of see on gold today. If you fake out of 44.50, you break below, you break right back above, and then we can get that continuation trade. Whereas a breakout is just more of a breakout, quick wick, and a retest. I do like the fake out trades to be more so at liquidity levels, to look for kind of the more reversal plays. But you can see them for continuation trades as well. You might have an hourly break and retest, but a 30-minute fake out, for example. You know, your hourly might look nice and strong, kind of like this. Look, the hourly's breaking out, retest and pushing higher. But on a lower time frame in here, you might have the fake out to be able to get into the trade. Here, for example, you have a 30-minute fake out with an hourly time frame breaking out. There's your continuation trade. So use them on the lower time frame to follow the breakouts in the higher time frame. Nice, look at that. Nice, Matt. Nice. Got in gold on the flip of the second 30-minute candle. Had to sell 75 points because I passed 5 combines. Nice. That's huge, man. Up 400 each on the first green day. Now lockout. Yeah, amazing, man. Yeah, good lockout when you're this high. That's fantastic. So NQ failing to break below, guys. You may still continue squeezing higher here. You got Goldie having a little bit of a pullback, which is not bad. It's nice to see gold having a bit of a pullback. I do think, you know, if we're going to see some more buys on gold, you'd be looking for it for somewhere down here. If you maybe come back down, retest some highs, again, maybe a fake out opportunity, maybe you break below, you break right back above, then cool. Then we take the continuation breakout. So maybe some very small continuation trades on gold. Yeah, lockout's good, man. Lock out for the year. Lock out for the year, like I say, end the year off on a good winning note. Yeah, still great. Yeah, definitely, man. It's not really, you don't really want it to focus on. Excuse me. You don't really want to focus on trying to catch the whole entire move anyway, man. You know, for consistent gains, you want to be focused on, if you get it from here to here, fantastic. If you focus on trying to take too much of the move, then most of the time you can see a great trade come right back down to break even. That's why if I was trading Asia today, you know, I very likely wouldn't have bought and held it all the way up here. For a day trade, for sure. You know, for a swing trade, different story. But for a day trade, if I take it from here to here, 200 ticks, that as a day trade is more than enough. That's more than enough. Because if you try and focus on trying to catch huge moves, well, these moves don't happen very often. So we want to focus on what consistently works, which what consistently work will be from here to here. Oh, nice. I like that, Alad. I like that, man. I like that. Let's see if we can... we got London Open here, guys. Have a look. So, gold... NQ still breaking bullish. Like I say, you have big resistance to the left here in NQ with a decent gap below. So, I wouldn't mind seeing potential intraday sells on NQ. Now, with that being said, you're still... Right now, you're breaking higher. You have resistance, you've broken it, you're holding it, you're squeezing higher. So unless we get a decent 15-minute closure below with good volume, then I would consider it, because right now you're kind of just chopping around here. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, 30-minute, catch one 30-minute candle, job done, 100%, man. One 30-minute candle on gold, which is like my average hold time, can, when you get these breakouts, can be like 50 to 100 ticks. Like this one today, this, where was the 30-minute breakout? What was this one? These ones are moving, you know, yeah, 100 ticks in a 30-minute candle, man. It's huge, absolutely huge. Again, 127 ticks. This 30-minute candle, 183. You hold for like 30 minutes to an hour for a trade on gold, and you're getting huge moves. Huge moves. Don't trade platinum. I don't trade platinum, man, but I did see there was also a very, very, very big move again. Platinum has been on a just an absolutely insane run. Like, look at this. This is just crazy. Friday came down, tagged Thursday's lows, closed bullish. Today opened and just ripped. Look at this. So now I think I said this last week. I don't trade platinum, and as tempting as this chart looks to start trading platinum, you know, if you're a platinum trader, you were already a platinum trader making money here. Like, to start trading platinum just because we're this high, no, I personally, it's not something I trade. Like, this is just a huge push. If gold could do similar, that'd be fantastic. From the 11th of December, you haven't had a single bearish candle closure, and you're up like over 20%. What is it? Almost 30%, which is insane. Absolutely insane. No, I don't chart using initial balance. No, I don't. No, not for gold. Not for gold. What? Is it the right time to buy jewelry or wait for a correction? What, are you buying silver jewelry? Are you buying gold jewelry? Are you buying platinum jewelry? I mean, all these markets are at all-time highs, so I don't know, does it make sense to buy a market that's at all-time highs? I think a good time to buy gold would have been in January at the start of this year. Might be a good time to maybe sell some jewelry. So it would be a good time to buy some jewelry at the most expensive time it's ever been. We're gonna see it here at NQ. NQ still squeezing higher, guys. think you're still squeezing. But yeah, for gold today, guys, I would be very cautious trading gold today, guys. You could create some very aggressive ranges. If not, the only way to trade gold today is going to be to see how you can maybe react around these all-time highs. Even if you want to trade New York today, you know, you'd very likely want to see how gold's going to potentially pull back into these all-time high levels and bounce from there. But London session, you can pretty comfortably say there is no trades on gold today, because you're already up 800 plus ticks. You're at all-time highs. You know, it's the 22nd of December with Christmas Eve and Christmas Day this week. I'll be very careful trading gold. Very, very, very careful. Again, NQ still squeezing. Remember, although there is a gap on NQ and it may get tempting to want to sell NQ, just remember how bullish we have been off that 25,000 region. Remember the higher time frame. Higher time frame is very, 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 very bullish. So shorting is a lot riskier. So if you want to short, wait for decent confirmations. You know, wait for these decent bearish closures and then take your short. Exactly, man. Trade what you see, not what you think. Exactly. If we close below, cool. Then we get short. If you break above, you can keep pushing higher. Let's see. Still going here. The euro. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the euro. Well, you got gold. You got gold ripping. The euro breaking higher as well. Aaron, I have 5 XFA, but I blew them today on gold because it kept going up. Any tips? Well, you didn't blow gold because gold kept going up. You blew gold because you over leveraged and clearly didn't have a stop. That's the reality. And again, like I'm saying this because you have to take responsibility. Gold didn't blow your XFAs, you blew your XFAs. Gold's just gold. The markets are just the markets. You know, if gold was going up and you tried to sell it as it was hitting all-time highs, well then, why would you try to short all-time highs? Why are you not using stops? Why do you not have a personal day loss limit? Why were you trying to risk 5 accounts on the last couple of trading days of the year? And I know that might not be what you want to hear, but it's what I wish I had someone to tell me in the earlier days. So you didn't blow your accounts because gold kept going up. You blew your accounts because you were over leveraged and you were trying to fight a market that was bullish with clearly no stops and massively over risked. So you have to ask yourself, well, forget gold, because it certainly wasn't gold. Gold was a clear, beautiful buy all day, easy buy. Now, if you were on the wrong side of that, that's okay. It's okay to be. It's not about being right or wrong. But when you're wrong, you want to be wrong quick and fast and small. And when you're right, you want to be right with good size, and you want to let your winners run. So I guess you have to ask yourself, why did I decide to full margin 5 XFAs today on a Monday morning on the 22nd of December? Again, I don't know your trades. If you want to send over the trades, because we've got plenty of time, if you want to send over your trades, you know, if you're on X, you know, you guys can drop a follow. If you're on X, if you hashtag London Open, I'm on X at the Aaron Trades. If you hashtag London Open, I can see your guys' positions. If you tag London Open, tag TopstepTV, and tag myself, I will see your guys' trades, and maybe you can share the position. But what you want to not tell yourself is to not blame other things, and you have to unfortunately take responsibility and accountability. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you guys. You don't want to force trades this week, because you're going to ruin your Christmas. You're going to ruin your Christmas and you're going into 2026 with a bad experience. Now, you guys need to be going into the new year being like, you know what, this year I traded very well. I've just accomplished this to tick off the year. You know, you don't want to go into the year being like, man, I just blew 5x of A's. Like, you know, it's the whole reason I'm trading a combine right now. I could sit here and I could try and trade my XFAs, but the reality is gold's up 850 ticks. It's the 22nd of December. It just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, it does suck. You know, if you've just lost 5 XFAs, it's annoying that happened, but you have to take responsibility. It has nothing to do with the markets. The markets didn't lose your accounts, you lost your accounts. So what do we have right here in TopstepX is literally everything to stop that from happening. You have personal daily loss limits, you have trade limits, you can block certain symbols. Like, there is literally everything and more that you need here to not blow accounts. Like, literally everything. There's everything in here to not, and if you're not utilizing these, I'm not here because they're on my combine, you can see me use it on my XFAs. If you're not using these and you're still losing accounts, you know, there has to be a point where, you know, you have everything. We have everything basically given to us. You know, we have access to capital, we have access to risk management settings built inside of a platform. Like, these are things that you didn't have just a couple of years ago. So you have to absolutely take advantage of them. Still in the swing? No, I'm not in the swing, unfortunately, man. I was in the swing. I got taken out of the swing here. I took a decent amount of the swing out, like around these highs. But no, my swing got taken out here. But it was only a runner. I cashed out a lot of that swing. I was only holding 0.5s. So no, I'm not in the swing, unfortunately. It did get me on. The swing got me on Friday. Yeah, definitely hard. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Do you trade silver? I don't trade silver. Again, I may start watching silver more because silver's on a great move, and it does move very similar to gold. But again, I think a lot of people are getting into silver, getting into platinum because it's hitting all-time highs. It's like, man, it's not really the time to start getting into a market. But this is on a great push. I did see Barron made like 15,000 trading silver in Asia today on his XFA, which is insane. Silver in Asia was just crazy. I think he's in like 10 micros, and it was just huge. The moves on silver are way bigger than gold. So if you do trade silver, be careful trading silver because it moves much bigger than most markets. Yeah, it's if you are on X, it's just the Aaron trades. Like I say, if you hashtag London Open, hashtag at TopstepTV, you know, I'll be able to see you guys' charts. You guys can see my XFAs. Look at this. Look at that. Personal daily loss limit. Always setting the personal daily loss limits. You have to use these. Try and share trades in here as well. So a few that I still haven't updated in here, like the trade from last week as well, I will make that into a whole new YouTube video, a whole trade breakdown on YouTube. That was, where is it? Did I take a screenshot on this computer? Maybe it's on my other computer. I thought I did. But yeah, I'll post another YouTube video this week breaking down the plays from last week, because yeah, last week was a very good week on gold as well. Yeah, gold is not only that, you know, gold is absolutely not the market to think. Like, any time you think gold's going to go down or you think gold's going to go up and we're pushing in the opposite direction, gold is absolutely not the market to try and fight. Because when gold's going up, man, gold's going up. Again, this is what gold loves to do, and this is why so many people get so trapped in gold. You see these small candles here and you go, oh great, you know, this is the time we're gonna sell off. Then you close bullish here again, then you wick out the highs and hold the resistance. You go, okay, cool, now it's time to go short, and you keep going higher. So gold is the market that absolutely loves to trap people on the wrong side before it just continues pushing. Meanly. Yeah, I will just do that on Discord. I don't need to send that here, but yeah, I will do that on Discord. Gold is not the market to try and fight. If gold's gone up, gold's gone up. Your easiest bet is just to keep following it. Keep following gold. Don't try and fight gold. And gold loves to give them false signs of getting people trapped in the wrong side. And if you've been here, you know we've been talking about gold to come up to all-time highs basically all of last week. All of last week. Every time I think I lose. Yeah, exactly, man. Every time you think something's going to happen, you end up getting trapped in the wrong side. So it's kind of like right now on NQ, you know, I think NQ can come down and fill in this gap. But again, does that mean I just start selling for no reason? Of course not. As much as I think we can come down and fill in the gap and tag these Asia lows and pull back, that's not a reason to just start selling. You have to wait for confirmation and then you take your trade. You never really want to be thinking too much in the markets. Daniel, yes, if you apply, man, yep, Daniel is, Daniel's on the team, helps the onboarding calls, man, yep, absolutely. So, with that being said, guys, I will keep it short and sweet today, guys. We'll probably keep it shorter this week, especially with gold being at all-time highs. You know, you may see NQ come and fill in this gap, but to be honest, there's nothing really worthwhile me watching here right now, guys. So, I'm probably going to leave the markets today. I was seeing if we can maybe get some quick intraday London plays, but with gold up as much of it is as it is, and it being Christmas week, I don't want you guys to start forcing trades and taking silly positions. Like I say, guys, end the year off the right way. So with that being said, guys, I will still see you guys same time again tomorrow for the final stream of the week. But trade safe today, guys. Gold's at massive all-time highs, up 850 ticks. Don't force it. End the year off strong, and I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.